The key thing to look for in businesses to invest in, and this has truly been my massive advantage in helping me grow my portfolio, is so investing showed me my freedom, and it can show you yours too. And it's not going to require you to change everything about your life or even quit your job and become, a business owner or an entrepreneur. You can do this at the comfort of your 9 to 5 job, because that's what I did, man. So in this video today, we're going to be breaking down some key principles, okay? Now, truthfully, how you can start making your first moves into this beautiful game of the stock market, man. We're going to go through the importance of why we need to make that transition and get into investing our hard-earned money, man. And truthfully, once you reach the other side, there's no looking back. There's no going back. Once you see your money start making more money for you, man, it's a complete game changer. Believe me, man. Not only that, we're going to give you the practical steps on how we can find great businesses and things to look out for to truly make these companies in your portfolio produce the returns that we want, man. Okay, so look, let's get into it today with this video. We're going to be breaking down a few principles. Okay, so how do we get into the stock market? All right, we got to understand, and we need to unsubscribe from this idea of comfort, because comfort is what's killing you. Comfort is what's holding you back, man. And I understand, I can empathize, because I was once there before. Comfort, it is exactly that. It's comfortable, and it's comfortable for a reason, because it doesn't charge you anything on the front end. And that's why so many of us across the world subscribe to it, because it costs us nothing on the front end. But the problem with that is it comes back around to bite you on the back end. Later on in life, that comfort you subscribe to is the reason you are not going to get anywhere, okay? So I always say, man, do the hard thing first to have the easy life later on, man. And that's truthfully what we all want. We all want to be lying in a hammock, old and wrinkled, playing with our grandkids. That's the dream, man. But truthfully, people think that's a prerequisite, but really you have to put yourself in position to be there. It doesn't just happen. And that's what people need to unsubscribe from, is that life happens to them, and it doesn't. You are in control of every part of your life, man. And truthfully, it starts with all areas, but today we're talking about financial in particular. And financial is, unfortunately, but the reality is it's such a big part of our lives, man. It's a huge part. And we work hard now and put ourselves in position to be financially stable, so that way later on in life we haven't got to worry about it, man. So look, today, like I said, we're going to get into the whys of why we need to invest, man. And truthfully, first and foremost, it's because you deserve to be wealthy. I'll be honest, man, it's everyone's birthright. Everyone deserves to be wealthy. It's in us all to be able to at least bring that freedom goal a lot closer to our current realities, man. And freedom looks all different shapes and sizes for everybody. And there's no right or wrong answer when it comes to freedom, because it's relative. But it's on the cards, it's on the table for all of us, man. But the only way we get there is to unsubscribe from this comfort we're in right now, because it's not going to get us anywhere anytime fast. All right. So the practicality of why we need to invest. So right now, particularly in the UK, in this nation, and many other nations across the world, man, the average middleman was struggling. All right. They're struggling, and they're struggling in the financial area because the cost of living is getting out of hand. The inflation of food prices, costs of goods and services are going up. Our energy bills are crazy. The mortgage rates are ridiculous. And I'll be honest, man, it's not changing anytime soon. And we need to, again, unsubscribe from the thought and the hope of the government and our workplaces that are going to come and save us, because they're not. And hope's not a strategy. All hope does is it hinders our potential every day. That's all hope is. So the longer you cling on to hope, you're doing exactly that. You're hindering your potential every day. So what we need to do is truly take back ownership of this portion of our lives and all of the areas of our life, but particularly today we're talking about financial. And the way we can do that is by deploying our hard-earned money and investing it into great assets that will over time print returns for us, man. And that's truthfully how the stock market gave me the path to my freedom, because I started understanding that everything that was around me, everything I was consuming and willingly just spending my money on, it was investable. I was able to get ownership and take some of that back. Now, I'm not saying you need to be frugal and completely stop spending money and just staying in your house and just investing your money. Now, that's a strategy. Some people do that. But I understand. I come from poverty, and I'm not here to tell anybody to live way below your means, because I know that isn't actually a realistic, practical thing to tell anybody. So what I am telling you is that more of your hard-earned money needs to be deployed and put in position, though, to actually change your trajectory financially. That's what I am telling you. And everyone can do that, like I said at the start, while still being in your 9 to 5, because that's what I did, man. So that's why we need to invest, okay? It's non-negotiable. We need to put our hard-earned money in position to then print money for us, man. And the only way we do that is by investing it, okay? And then there's many different investment vehicles. There's stocks, there's real estate, there is now crypto, there is physical gold, there's even Pokemon cards. Whatever it is, it may be a mixture of all of them. Now, I personally think there's a position for all of those in one's life. But start with one. Start with what excites you most. And for me personally, it was the stock market that excited me most. I'll be real with you, because it allowed me to immediately become an owner of something great, something big. I was a part owner. And if you didn't know, if you buy one single share, just one, that means you as well are an owner of that said business. You are a part owner. The more shares you get, the bigger stake you have, the more say you have. And that was exciting for me. Setting those goals, setting those aims, of getting that first share and then building up to 10 shares and then seeing 100 in there and then getting to like 1,000. That was a beautiful game. It was like I was playing a game, but in real life. And at the end of it, it wasn't fake money. It was realized money that I could take out at any point I wanted and physically touch. It was an exciting concept for me. And that's what I want to bring to you guys, because unlike things like real estate, traditionally it's a lot harder to obtain and get into. I mean, there's an epidemic right now. There's, the demand and supply of houses is getting outweighed. People can't get onto the property ladder as easy as they once could. People can't find money for these deposits, but people can find money to get into the stock market because it doesn't have a minimum amount you need to get in. It doesn't care how clever you are. It doesn't care about your social background, your ethnic background. It doesn't care what you dress like or look like or your skin color. And that's what's great about it. It has no bias. All it cares about is, are you going to put your money in the machine and keep it there to let it print money for you? Because that's truthfully all investing is. You take your money, you invest it into these great businesses. With that, those businesses have leaders, they have CEOs, they have executives. You are employing them to go take your money and bring back more money for you. That's what investing is. You are actually hiring the CEOs to go print money for you. And that's exciting, man. And that's why I want to bring it to you. Okay. So look, Ash, we spoke about why we need to get in. We understand that now. But how do we practically get in the market? How do we find these businesses? How do we, know what to invest in? And again, this question crops up all the time because people think the stock market is about how smart you are. It's nothing about that. It's about common sense. It's about looking around you. What are you consuming? What's around you? 70% of all things you see and are around you and you love and use are investable. But better yet, the key thing to look for in businesses to invest in, and this has truly been my massive advantage in helping me grow my portfolio and help my community grow their portfolios, is looking for businesses that are producing consistent profits. Okay? Sounds simple, but that's what it is. Now, I don't know about you, but I've never seen a business that is highly profitable consistently go out of business. You know, I'm still yet to find one. Okay, so this is why it's a superpower in the investment in the investing community. We call it a moat. Now, think of a castle. It's got a moat around it. You know, where enemies would try attack, and it'll be that defense mechanism to try and get through before storming the castle. So when investing in businesses, think about, do they have moats? And being highly profitable is a great moat. And when starting out in this game, this is the things we need to look for, these profitable businesses, because profit is the oxygen to any business. And it's what will sustain it and help it grow over time and keep making money year over year. And that equals to our returns as me and you as investors, man. So that's the simplest way and probably the most effective way actually that I can give you to look for in businesses when you're starting out. It doesn't need to be any more complicated than that. Over time, like we said, you can keep learning, you stay in the game, you better your knowledge, and you start building your investment thesis. But to get in the game, you don't need to have all the answers, and that's what's holding a lot of us up. We think we need to wait for the stars to align in order to execute, but that truly isn't the case. Because what people need to stop doing, okay, is that focusing on the end goal rather than the end goal. Work backwards from the end goal. So with that, people always want to focus on what they want or they want to have. But truthfully, in order to have what you want, you've got to be doing the thing already. So by doing the thing already, you've got to be the thing already. So if you start just getting in the game and being where you want to be and start putting in incremental amounts every week, every month, whatever it is for you, no matter what money that is, start small. Start being the person that you want to be further in the future. Don't think that you've got to have a certain amount of money set aside before you start getting in the game, because that's wasted time. Now, I'll be honest, the best time to start investing your money was 10 years ago. But the second best time is right now. And this is where people need to start reframing their brain and moving out of that comfort of being a consumer, because that's what's holding you back. Now, you need to revert your daily habits from everything being a consumer and think about, okay, how can I be an investor in this situation? What would the investor do in this situation? Is this situation really serving me at the highest level to where I want to go financially? Because remember, we spoke about freedom and bringing that freedom goal closer to your current reality. So those are the things we need to understand. Start getting into the game. You don't have to have all the answers right now. I didn't. Nobody has before. None of the great investors. Warren Buffett didn't have all the answers. He's still learning every day, even now at his late age of 90 plus years old. This game is never ending. And this is why it's so important that we get into the game. There isn't a game out there like it that will bring you closer to your freedom goal every single day. You know, incremental amounts of money put into the stock market. It will free you, man. I'm telling you. So this is why we need to get in the game. But when we're starting out, looking for great businesses that are producing consistent profits, man. And lastly, just to back that up and back that home, I wrote a few things down. So with profitability, so the possibility of losing money in any stock greatly diminishes for a company that is consistently profitable. So like we said before, companies that are consistently profitable, the chances of losing your money greatly diminish. Now, for some figures to back that up, so companies that are profitable for 10 years have a 6% chance of losing investor money. So, all right, we spoke about how important profits are, but now the stats show that you've got just a 6% chance of losing any money with companies that are consistently profitable over a decade. Okay, so already, like we said, that is a superpower, and that is something you can Start with immediately in the game and find these businesses that are profitable, okay? So lastly, companies that were profitable 9 out of the 10 years have a 21% chance of losing investor money. Now, that's interesting. So it shows that inconsistency will greater your chances of losing money. Now, that's not saying you definitely will lose money, but your odds increase. And that's a drastic increase, okay, from 6% to 21%. So people always get caught up with the stock market's all about guessing and finding businesses that are going to be the next big thing. It's nothing about that. Like we said at the Smart, it's not about how smart you are. It's about how long you can stay consistent with putting your money in the machine and holding on to great assets at great prices. That's all the stock market's about. That's all it's ever been about. And this is why crypto has taken off massively so much. Now, disclaimer, I hold crypto. I've got nothing against crypto. But I need to speak about this because everybody who's, not everybody, let's reframe. Most people who have got into crypto, they believe that they're going to find the next crypto coin that's going to make them a multimillionaire. And that's the wrong attitude. That's the wrong strategy to move forward with. When already there are great coins out there and in stocks, there's great businesses out there that have been producing profits already. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to. You just need to find these companies that are already doing the hard work for you. And then you put your hard-earned money into their hard work to produce you cold, hard cash. That's all it is, man. And truthfully, that's all you need to get into the game. You don't need to know every single piece of terminology. You don't have to have a certain amount of money. You don't need the best account. You just need to get into the game, man. And as you move through your journey, you learn and get better and your investment thesis grows. You know, there's no way to bypass the hard work. Understand that, yes, learning and education is a crucial, pivotal part of this. But truthfully, the main step is just getting into the game. So look, man, today, we spoke about a lot of things, man, and hopefully you took some value from this. But I wanna help you, really springboard where I was once, where I know where a lot of you guys who are watching, still in your 9 to 5 job, and that's great, that's cool. But now, hopefully, you can take this on board and really start looking at your 9 to 5 differently. Rather than a place of work, it's a place of producing profits where you can take some of that hard-earned cash, put it into great investment vehicles, and now you've got a purpose. Now you can see your money really printing money for you. And now you go into work with a different level of bravado. You're actually excited to wake up on a Monday. You're actually ready to attack the week because at the end of the week, end of the month, you're getting that money and you know exactly where it's going, man. And that's what they did for me, and that's what I know it can do for you if you start executing on the information we spoke about today, man. Look, it's your boy Ash Assets. Thank you so much for your time. Please like and subscribe, help grow the channel, man. You won't find any information out there on YouTube, particularly in this space, the way I deliver it and the concepts we're going to be breaking down, the money concepts, we're going to be breaking down, the money trauma mindsets. We're going to go through a lot of things together, man. And I'm excited for it, man. So please like, subscribe, drop me a comment, let me know how I can improve. And if you're looking for further education and more of a handheld approach on how we can start picking and finding great companies, man, my personal picks and my personal portfolio, consider jumping in on the Assets Only community, man. Every week we break down great companies and you can get the plays live and direct, man. Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate you guys. See you on the next one, man.